Welcome viewers to another segment of Purple Brainstorm. Today's topic we're going to be discussing the cost of healthcare and specifically what it would cost for me as an individual living with epilepsy. So, I already have the prices I will go over what is on the board here in a second, but everything is pinned out and I will just explain everything as we go along. So, as an epileptic, I take two medications to help keep my seizures under control. I take Keppra. I take a medicine, which is the generic Keppra. I take Lamictal, which is the name brand medication. And for the other med listed here is for a secondary condition, which I have a diagnosis of ADHD. I was diagnosed when I was 4 years old with ADHD, and ODD, so that's the cost of that med here. So those are the two main two conditions that I battle with. The primary condition I battle with is epilepsy. So for the cost of medicine a month is $769.99. You times that by 12, because there are 12 months in a year, that equals out to be $9,239.88. Now, again, the Levitra medicine, the generic Keppra. So this is the price of just a generic medication that I take. Now, Lamictal, which is a name brand medication, don't ask me what the generic brand is because I don't know because I don't take it. But the cost for the Lamictal is $779.99. Again, you times that by 12 months, there's in a year, that equals out to be $9,359.88. Is your wallet hurting yet? Let's continue. Now, for just these two meds right here, for the Keppra and the Lamictal, you add those two up, and that equals out to be $18,599.76 a year. That's how much it costs for my two meds, my two seizure medications, a year. Now, you add in what the cost of the Concerta, which that is for a month's prescription, it is, and Concerta is, and there's going to be some pharmaceutical students of mine that are going to correct me on this. It used to be a generic to methamphetamine, but now it's also its own name brand, but that's another topic. The cost of my Concerta script a month is $272.99. Now you times that by 12 months, and you have $3,275.88. That's how much that med costs me a year. So you add the cost for the Concerta for a year, which is the $3,275.88 to the $18,599.76. That equals out to be $21,875.64. Is your wallet hurting yet? Again, I ask you. Now, some of us with disability receive Social Security disability, which is a monthly check that you get from our federal government for people with disabilities. And mind you, everybody's disability check is different. The amount that they get a month is different because you have people, mind you, not everybody who receives Social Security disability is unemployed or just sitting at home or doing nothing. There are some people that do receive Social Security disability and work part-time, full-time, 35 hours, it varies, but there are rules to that. But I used to receive Social Security disability, and the last year that I was on it, I was receiving $710 a month. That's a month that I would receive. Now, you times that by 12 months that we have in a year, that equals out to be $8,520 a year. I repeat, $8,520. Now, you take that, you see this lovely little, we have a 2.56 number right here. Now, you add the, well, you divide, I should say. You take the 21, the cost of my meds. And mind you, these are just 3 of the 6 that I take. Some of them that I take are PRNs, which I take as needed. So, mind you, to get back on track, we have this lovely high number of $21,875.64. You divide that by what I made the last year that I was on Social Security disability, and that, which is the $8,520. My meds were 2.56 times as much as my gross income for the last year that I was on Social Security disability. My income for that year. My meds for a year cost 2.56 times as much as what I was receiving while I was on Social Security disability. Every disability is different in the cost. It's like this total, these numbers right here do not account for what it costs for the 2 yearly checkups that I have with my neurologist for my epilepsy, or the scheduling tests and routine MRIs and EEGs that you also have to factor in to see if your condition has maintained, if it's stabilized, or if it's progressed, regressed. You still have to check. And this is a part of a norm for someone with disability. You have routine checkups to make sure that your condition isn't getting worse. If it's getting better, you have to check the status of it. Because frankly, for some of us, your life will depend on it. Now we're going to go over what the cost a month and annual cost for just your typical living expenses are. Now, I live in Sioux Falls, so I live on pretty much what they would say, like the outer areas of Sioux Falls. I don't live in the greater downtown areas, so rent's a bit more borderline efficiency style. Plus, I have a roommate, so keep that in mind. And I will explain some of these costs as we go along. So, for rent, it's for a 2-bedroom apartment, it's $600. Utilities, roughly around depending on season, because right now we're in winter, pay roughly around $210. Cable and internet, and that's if you have both. But we just have internet. But if you were to add cable in there, it would range from $60 to $100. Food is about $150 a person. We're frugal, but car insurance, gas, and maintenance is roughly around, depending on the year of the car. Now, this amount, it tends to fluctuate depending on the year of your car, the type, and other factors that go into it. As some of you know, I am unable to drive due to having epilepsy, but this is what roughly my roommate pays. Because she has a car, she has a license, and she's able to drive. Now, for me, my transportation for a bus pass for a monthly pass is $30. And then student loans, just being a college student, is roughly around, payments monthly are roughly around $600 and greater. Depending on, and again, a lot of these costs tend to fluctuate depending on where you live, how much you use them, utilize them. Then you have your credit card bill, which I pay roughly around $50 a month for my credit card bill. and then sell is $125. Now you add all this up, and for the monthly expense, it's $2,085. You times that by 12. Excuse me. Annually, our costs are going to cost us $25,020. Now, like I said, that's just for the cost for annually. Is $25,020. Now, you add the costs for what my meds are out of pocket to that, the $21,875.64. That gives you a grand total of $46,895.64. Now, according to the Department of Labor, for Sioux Falls, the preliminary estimate for the second quarter of 2016, the average wage for Sioux Falls was $38,324 annually. That's assuming that you worked a full 40 hours a week, which would give you an average of what you would bring home weekly would be $737 per week. And some people get paid bi-weekly, some people get paid monthly. It all depends on your job. So, like I said, that was the preliminary estimate for the second quarter of 2016 of the annual year was $38,324, giving us a difference between of what our annual cost and the cost of meds out of pocket. This would be the difference. That is $8,571.64. That is the difference. This is close to roughly the same number that I received annually on Social Security disability. When looking at the bigger picture, health comes with sacrifices. I chose to go to college to provide a better life for myself. Again, that was my choice. But that is the segment in wrapping up this segment of health costs, of what it costs to live with a disability when you don't have insurance or Social Security disability. Wrapping this up, it creates a bigger picture. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Disability causes not only a financial burden to the individual itself, to themselves, but to the families, depending on when you were diagnosed. Again, this is also, I was diagnosed when I was 18 months. So parents who are raising special needs children, you do what you have to for the love of your child. And sometimes that love shows up as a financial debt. So that being said, for some of the commentary of which some of you have come from me, I'm going to address that now, which is, before you come for me, check your facts. Telling someone when they are defending a bill or political stance on why insurance should be a necessity and why healthcare is needed and coverage in such and such point A, point B, point C. To wrap this up, you don't tell someone that, well, it's your fault, because not all of us asked for this. There are 3 million people that are living with epilepsy. There's also people who have muscular dystrophy. There are people who have diabetes, both type 1 and type 2. You don't tell a person, or even the autistic community, you don't go up and you don't tell them that it's your fault. you asked for this. You should have taken better care of yourself. I shouldn't have to pay. These are the comments that I have seen, such as, well, you should have taken better care of yourself, or you should have done this, or you should have done that, or it's your fault, or you guys come. I've seen some of you be petty, and you come for the parents, as if the parents did something wrong. No, no, no. Don't even dare think about coming for my mom, because I will put a stop to that. But getting back on track. Some of the comments I received are, well, if your meds cost you that much and it's such a financial burden, you know, it's cheaper for you to be dead. Why don't you just go kill yourself if it costs that much? Really, I should go kill myself. Mind you, that's cyber harassment, and in some states, depending on what you live, if you tell someone that they should go kill themselves because it'll save the taxpayers money or it'll relieve their financial burden, you're assisting suicide, and which is also another way of committing murder in some states. So check yourself before you leave that stuff on public and social media outlets, because that stuff can be traced. And furthermore, if you have never had to live with a disability or a health condition that has put an undue cost or financial burden on either yourself or your family, you have no room to talk. You need to sit down, open up your ears, and listen to people. Because I've been dealing with the Betsy DeVos's of disability, that all of a sudden, magically, you think that, oh, well, disability is easy as what it's defined as in the textbook. Sorry, honey, it's not that easy, and it's not that black and white. It is a very, very complex conversation. So, before you engage in conversation, educate yourself and inform yourself and talk to people who actually live with it. And that is my advice for you. And this has been the segment of the cost of having a disability with Purple Brainstorm. See you next time, folks.